Y'all stressing me out. So first of all, it's mind blowing how a lot of y'all get on here bullying the same person who is telling y'all that someone else is mentally trying to harm them, and y'all jump on here so arrogantly and freely to tell them how dumb they are, or how they should have knew better, or why aren't you leaving. Let me tell y'all a story. Story time. This is absolutely probably gonna be more than one video because this shit is gonna be very long. I met Martise at the airport. Okay, I met him at the airport. I was literally at the airport flying to Chicago from Las Vegas to go on a date. A guy in Chicago flew me to Chicago to take me on a date. So I was in the airport and I saw him like following me around and stuff, but I was ignoring him because I was on the phone the whole time with the boy that was flying me to Chicago. We're at the airport in Las Vegas. He's going back home to Chicago. I'm visiting Chicago for a date. Okay, okay. So I meet him at the airport. He followed me around for a while. I was on the phone with dude for like an hour, and then when I finally got off I didn't even get off the phone. He just approached me. He was like, "Man, like, how you doing?" I don't even remember what the fuck he said, but whatever he said, I told him I got a boyfriend. So, you know, it is what it is. So he was like, "Oh damn, okay, blah blah blah." I didn't have a boyfriend. I was just on my way to go on a date. I was single as a motherfucking dollar bill. Okay, okay. So, go. We get on the plane. We go fly to. We get to Chicago. As we're getting off of the plane and things like that, we both end up by baggage claim and then to go out. So, and I'm thinking, I wasn't thinking that he was walking in front of me and he was going towards arrivals. So in my mind, I mean departures. He was going towards departures. So in my mind, I'm thinking that's not where you go. If you're right here, they gonna be at arrivals. You know what I'm saying? So I said, hey, excuse me, you going towards you know departures? Your ride is probably gonna be at arrivals. Excuse me. So he like no, they gonna meet me at arrivals. I was like, oh okay, my bad, and then I just kept walking. So he like, where you going? And I told him, shit, I'm finna go on a date, blah 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 blah. So we just chit chat down the corridor, to exit where they switch between arrivals and departures. It's a little hallway in the Midway Airport right there. Okay, so cool. Now we about to separate ways, and he like, well, what you doing after your date? And I'm like, I don't know, nothing really. I don't know, but I don't go back home till tomorrow. I live in Vegas, where you live. He like, oh, I'm from Chicago. I'm like, oh shit, I thought you was just come to this airport. I'm redirecting you, and you know exactly where you going. He like, yeah, he laughing. So, he like, I thought you said you had a boyfriend. I was like, no, I was just on the phone with the guy that was flying me here, so I didn't want to be rude to him talking to you. So or whatever. So he like, oh okay, shit, let me get your number then. So we swap numbers. Boom. Now fast forward to me leaving the next day. I call him, no, he hit me up and he like, man, let's have lunch or something. And I'm like, that's funny. I'm finna go get me something to eat right now anyway before this flight. So, um, I tell him meet me in Hyde Park at Valois and we can go there because that's one of my, staples. I really love they short ribs and shit they got. And they fish and some other stuff and they breakfast and stuff. But anyway, so I tell him meet me at Valois. We go to Valois. We hang out. Cool. We have such a good time that he like, man, can you just not get on your flight? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, shit. I had a teenager. He at the crib. I'm finna go home, or whatever. So he like, all right. He like, I'm gonna come out there soon. So I'm like, I bet. So we part ways. Once, okay, I fly home. Boom. Now we talking day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. About 3 weeks go by. He like, it's close to his birthday at this point. So he was supposed to go to New York for his birthday. Instead of him going to New York, he switched his ticket to Vegas and came to see me. So he came to see me and we hung out. We had a fucking ball. Like I set him out for his birthday. Um like what we do? I got a room at the Wynn. We went to the Wynn buffet. That shit high. We did so much stuff. I even met him at the airport with like balloons and a big sign that said happy birthday. you know, it was real. It was lit. It was very lit. I did my big one. So, boom. So now he like, damn, like you. What I'm noticing, well, technically, is like I'm gonna stick to the subject because I'm adding in my context clues, and my context clues didn't come to after all of these things happened. So I'm gonna just stick to the story. So we kicked it for his birthday. I made it outstanding. It was cool. We had a ball. Boom. So he like, damn, I'm gonna just stay. I'm gonna call my job and call off for a little while. Plus, I just got a bit by a dog at work and shit, so I could take off. They ain't gonna be tripping. So I'm like, all right, cool, take off then, stay here. So he stayed for a couple of days. Then he was finna go back home, and we like, damn, you gotta be back in, you gotta be in Chicago. I gotta be here. Like that's crazy. Like we was really having a good time, you know. And then so we both just was like, fuck it, you just come back out here, you know. And I asked my son, like, you would be salty if I move somebody in or whatever. He like, no, that's on you. You like him, it's cool. So move him in immediately. This like 2 months, I guess, down the line of meeting him, maybe something like that. So I could be wrong about the 2 months, by the way. But a small amount of time, minute, very small amount of time, we ended up being together. Okay, um, together. Like he moved all the way to Vegas from Chicago. Okay, now I'm about to start this video for the next video because I feel like this is a lot to listen to and it ain't really saying too much. So next.